Hello everyone, thanks for joining us here on Horizon. I'm Rob McClendon. Well, a revolution is underway and you may be a part of it and not even know it. Today, we're talking about the maker movement, a broad term that covers everyone from the neighbor next door tinkering in the garage to all those crafty folks on Pinterest. And it's more than just a hobby. Across our country, millions of Americans are using both their hands and their heads to create a new maker economy worth almost $30 billion. Today, we're going to meet one driver of the maker movement, Mark Hatch. But before we do, here's some background with our Blaine Singletary.
With computer chips, lasers, and 3D printers, this looks like the inside of a high-tech manufacturing firm. But it's actually a classroom, a maker classroom.
They're working on a greenhouse that's solar powered that will regulate its own temperature and alert you to when it needs to be watered.
That's Amy Haskins, a teacher at Rush Springs High School, and that state-of-the-art greenhouse is just one of many things her students and others are making in this space at Canadian Valley Tech Center.
We built the greenhouse and we have some of the circuitry in place. We're almost to the end part where we just have a few tweaks left to put everything together.
And what this group of young makers is doing in this classroom in Oklahoma is only one part of a bigger worldwide maker movement. Scott Charlson heads the ULearn Academy out of CV Tech, and he told us just how amazing this movement is inside and out of school.
If you're not familiar with the maker movement, these are people who are innovating in their garages, inventing different things. You might see anything from a computer that would let you know when your milk needs replaced in the refrigerator. It might be a robot that does something for someone. It might be an Arduino controlled home surveillance or security system.
In a way, the maker movement could be seen as the driving force behind a number of successful tech startups. While its roots can be traced back as far as the 1970s, maker culture spread like wildfire in the 2000s as social media began to bring people with similar ideas together in areas such as robotics, electronics, as well as woodworking, metalworking, arts, and crafts. Today, so-called maker spaces are popping up in major cities. For a monthly fee, these facilities have all the latest creative gadgets and offer the training to use them, so their members can create the next big thing. In a way, these maker spaces go the way of those famous garages that launched so many of today's top companies.
You think of Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, so many other CEOs started projects in their garages and kind of bypassed traditional pathways to success. And I think what the maker movement does is emphasizes that potential is within anyone that has a dream.
And the maker movement aims not only to cultivate the ideas of the fresh out of college tech professional, but also these young minds in high school and grade school.
You know, the kids are trying to find their passion. What do they want to do? Trying to find where they want to go in life.
Jody Maxey is a 6th grade teacher at Tuttle Middle School. She says using the maker movement in the classroom has benefits beyond it. Her students designed and constructed a special lunch tray for one of their handicapped classmates.
As the kids were designing this tray and testing it out, the other kids at lunch were like, what are they doing? What are they doing? And they were intrigued about what was going on, and so they kind of saw the steps from start to finish as well. And once the final project was finished, all the kids were like, wow, you know, that is so cool. And it made the 3 kids that designed the tray, they all told me, God, it just makes you feel good to do something for somebody else.
And at the end of the day, that's what the maker movement is all about, using technology to enrich the lives of others. New creations are brought into existence, and makers of all ages learn along the way. Again, Amy Haskins.
Just, you know, engaging the student is so important, and if they're already engaged with that curiosity, then it's so much easier to reach them.
And Scott Charlson says some of these engaging ideas are too good to go to waste.
It gives people a platform to collaborate and share, and it makes the world a bit of a richer place.
Thank you, Blaine. Now, when we return, you'll meet Mark Hatch, author of the Maker Movement Manifesto and CEO of Tech Shop.